Welcome to the Arsenal versus Monaco pre-match hangout. And no, it's not Jack McDonald running it this time. It's me, Moran Mohammadi, along with Rayan. Rayan, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, Moran. I'm good. Feeling confident. Well, confident we'll get the win, but we'll see. I don't know if we'll qualify though.
And yeah, this is one of the more important matches of the season for Arsenal. Away at Monaco. Uh, we saw the first leg. What occurred? I guess you can say a disgraceful performance from the Arsenal. But in the second leg, Rayan, what do you expect, or what are you seeking?
I'm seeking a full-out response. We want to see the Gunners come out guns blazing. That's what I want to see. I mean, we have nothing to lose, but we have everything to prove. So this is a really good chance to just utilize every single one of our attacking outlets. We have to throw everything at them. Otherwise, the point, But I think the players will be up for it. I mean, who wouldn't be? We're basically down 3-1, and we have a point to prove. So let's go out there and do it.
And on the match, the starting lineup today is Ospina and net, the usual back four this season of Bellerin with Mertesacker, Koscielny, along with Monreal, a midfield trio of Ozil, Coquelin, and Cazorla, and then a front three of Olivier Giroud up front with Sanchez and Welbeck supporting him. Ryan, we were talking about it before this hangout, how we were just talking about the omissions of the two players in Walcott and Ramsey. What do you make of this lineup today?
I think the lineup's good. I think Cazorla and Ozil can link up well to pull the strings in midfield, unleash our attacking front. Like I said, I'm surprised about the omission of Ramsey because he had a great game against West Ham, obviously to get the goal. He looked like the Ramsey of old, really, in that game, of last season, I mean. So that's a strange one. Possibly, maybe Arsene Wenger has plans for Ramsey in the second half of the game. Who knows? And obviously, Walcott could be a threat, despite not having a good game against West Ham. I think Walcott could be a great impact player for this game. But as for the starting lineup, I think, I'm hoping that'll be the one to get us at least 2 goals by halftime. So we'll see.
And on the Walcott topic, we were discussing how, in a contract year, his contract's up next year. I'm pretty sure. This could be a signal of the end for Walcott as an Arsenal player. What do you make of those rumors?
Yeah, I've seen the rumors myself. To be honest, I'm really upset to be hearing that kind of negativity, even from Walcott's end. But then you have to understand, like, the guy's not getting any game time. How is he going to prove himself? I'm a huge Walcott fan. Hands down one of my favorite players at the club. And I believe he has talent. He's a great finisher. He has the pace. But he didn't really fit into our plans this season. Mostly because we've been playing with the likes of Sanchez, and now Danny Welbeck's come into the side. But honestly, I think Walcott has better technique than Danny Welbeck, and is by far a better finisher than Welbeck. The only thing that Welbeck has over Walcott is his work rate and his tracking back. But then, Walcott is a very senior player to this Arsenal side. He's by no means old, but he has that seniority. He's a figure of respect, and I think we need to keep him.
And yeah, he's one of the more, polarizing players at Arsenal with, starting at a young age and such. But, more onto the match today. A player that, will be in the sight of every Arsenal fan today is Olivier Giroud, especially with the form he's on right now, but also because of his performance in the first leg and, the very harsh and cruel criticism that was unleashed on him from Arsenal supporters and pundits alike. What do you expect from Olivier Giroud today?
I expect a complete response to his performance in the first leg. I think the mentality is going to be there. I mean, like I said, who wouldn't want to prove their point after being beaten 3-1 at home? It's a revenge mission, really. And Giroud's going to do that. I have a feeling he's going to do that. He's going to have that in his head, I'm hoping he doesn't overdo it, try too hard, and end up, missing his chances. Because you do have to have a degree of composure as well. You have to be relaxed. But at the same time, that intensity is going to be there. So that's what I expect from Giroud. I mean, if you look at this season so far, how much Giroud has improved. And, I mean, from where he was even last year. I mean, I was heavily critical of Giroud this time last year. But, he's completely changed my opinion of him. earned my respect, and I'm sure he'll do the job for us today.
Yeah, for sure. And he's by no means a world-class striker. I think all Arsenal supporters and pundits can agree on that he is no world-class striker, but he is at times, or most times, an effective striker in his link-up play. His finishing's not clinical, but at times, we saw on Saturday, he got one chance. He took it very well. Another player that will, have the spotlight on him today is Per Mertesacker. Again, like Giroud in the first leg, he was, under fire, with a very poor performance and very well criticized by all Arsenal supporters and pundits alike. Today, I'm expecting him to thoroughly outplay himself than he outplay how he did in the first leg, and sort of put on a performance similar to Saturday, where he was just very composed, very just composed, and got along with the flow of the match. What do you expect from Per Mertesacker today?
Well, obviously, the tactics from Arsenal are pretty predictable today. We're going to go bombing forward. But I absolutely want Mertesacker to stay back. If we commit Mertesacker forward, we're guaranteed to concede a goal. He has to be disciplined and stay there at the back, protect Ospina today. And as the rest of the team goes forward, we need our centre backs to be resilient. I don't want to see a Mertesacker up top, because what does he really offer us offensively, apart from, say, height during a corner? And even that, it's quite nerve-wracking to see him so high up the pitch, because we're so vulnerable to a counter-attack. So for Mertesacker, as long as he reads the game well at the back and sits deep, I think we should be okay.
And one of the key focal points of the match I'm going to be looking at is the battle in the midfield between the two attacking players for Arsenal and then the two more defensive-minded players for Monaco. So I'm talking about Cazorla and Ozil against the midfield powerhouses for Monaco in Toulalan and Kondogbia. Kondogbia, if you remember, did score that somewhat of a screamer against Arsenal that was deflected off Mertesacker. And Toulalan didn't even make it to the first match. What do you see in that battle in the midfield between our two more creative players against their two, hard-nosed tacklers?
Well, I mean, you said it. I mean, Kondogbia obviously brings that physicality to the game that Ozil and Cazorla might not necessarily have. But Monaco is going to have one thing in mind. They want to protect their advantage. So I think Kondogbia and Toulalan are going to play a bit more defensive today. And Ozil and Cazorla have no choice but to play in a more attacking role today. It's going to be a game going in one direction. It's not going to be so much end-to-end. I think Arsenal's going to press high up the pitch. Monaco's going to sit deep, and that's when Kondogbia and Toulalan will be vital. But if we can take them out of the game, say play it wide and then back into the middle, hopefully we can get around them. But we'll see.
And I'm just gonna cap it off. The Monaco coach, I'm sorry if I don't remember his name, something Leonardo Jardim or something. Sorry if I pronounced it or completely faulted on my part, but him, along with some Monaco players, fear that Arsenal will bring their best today, and that Arsenal supporters, we all expect Arsenal to bring their A game, as this is do or die for them. All the spotlight will be on them today. I thoroughly expect every player to put out a performance similar to the one against United last week, similar as away at the Etihad against City. I really expect them to put it all out there. This has got all the makings of Bayern Munich from 2 years ago when we outperformed them at the Allianz. Could it be replicated today, Rayan?
It's all about attitude today. We know we have the ability, right? The players, they've got the talent in their feet. Now they've got the talent in their minds. That's what it's about today. If they can overcome all the mental blocks, there shouldn't even be a mental block against a team like Monaco. No disrespect to them. But let's be honest. We're Arsenal, right? And we have to play like Arsenal. We have to use inspiration from the Invincible era when they came back against Inter Milan at the San Siro. We have to use inspiration from the Man United game more recently. We're able to break these barriers, but we just have to channel that in our minds and in the players' minds today to get through the game.
Yeah, I think it's all going to be depending on the performance today. How they're received, how the reception of their performance today. If Arsenal put out a hard nosed, very well put out, 2-0 victory, and they don't move on, I think supporters such as yourself and myself will be proud of our performance, though we didn't move on. If we have a performance that was slightly better than the first leg, I think you're going to hear more harsh receptions from ourselves, because we thoroughly expect, in a do or die matchup to really, go for it. And depending on how the performance plays out today, it could signal um, the way the season is going to die down for the rest of the year. Do you agree, Ryan?
I agree. I agree. I think if we put in a subpar performance, there's going to be a lot of negativity around the club. Morale will go down. Confidence will go down. That's why I think it's vital that we have to score first or an early goal. I mean, if we concede, before we score, I just think the floodgate's going to open for Monaco. I just have an odd feeling that it's going to end up like one of those like the Chelsea game from last season, where the floodgates open after we concede and they just keep scoring, because the players just won't have the motivation. So it's vital that we score first and score early. Once we get that first goal, we're going to be in the mood, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so Olivier Giroud, Danny Welbeck, Alexis Sanchez, I hope you probably weren't listening, but I hope you have it in your heads to put out the goals today. Thank you for watching the pre-match hangout. The match will start up shortly, but, inspiration, motivation is the key today for the squad. Come on, Arsenal!
Nice one.